Peace, assalamu alaikum. What's poppin'? Praise be to God, or whatever it is you ascribe to. Y'all see I'm trying to get a little sophisticated and enhance and advance my YouTube channel. I appreciate the support. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share, comment, so it can help me get into the algorithm. And I'm gonna start going live soon, but I have to reach a certain point to me. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to reach a certain point before I start going live and start, interacting with the comment section and interacting with the people. So I interact with the comment section anyway. But I felt so stupid going back to prison. This part 4. So my wife pregnant with the twins. And at this point, I'm starting to get away from the streets. Like, I'm starting to leave that life alone. Like I said, a lot has started to happen. And just to be honest, I don't want to go back to prison, but I know that I'm gonna go. And so I went to court one time, reported to what they call docket call in Mississippi. I don't know what it's called nowhere else, but it's called docket call in Mississippi, where you just, you show up to court, just let the judge know that you're present. You ain't trying to run, you ain't trying to escape or nothing like that. So I've been out on bond at this time probably about maybe 2.5 years. And my wife pregnant, she probably about 6-7 months pregnant with the twins. I'm still doing music, but I ain't too much in the streets no more. I started working. I found a job with these white boys. They had a construction company. This is when I started to get into construction work. Now, mind you, I didn't know that construction was in my blood. I have the biggest family where I'm from. So this is how I found out construction is in my blood. And, years later when I moved to Shreveport, that's when I took that route. But anyway, we have the biggest family where I'm from. And my dad, my father's dad and mom had 16 children, 8 boys and 8 girls. And my grandfather, my dad's dad, he responsible for a lot of concrete work and a lot of houses that was built in the area. Now, mind you, I didn't know this until one day I was talking to one of my uncles, and he put me up on game of the family history. And it's crazy because we have a family reunion every year. They started when I was in prison. I think they started the family reunion in '96. That's the year I went to prison. And they've been having it ever since then. So that's been like, that's been over 20 years. But I go, since I've been home, since I did those 12 years, I go. They have it for 3 days. The whole street get blocked off for 3 days, family just out there. They do it in one day is an event, the next day, they do it in a event style. But anyway, to my understanding, none of the history got talked about. But I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying, had I and maybe some other family members knew about that, maybe we would have took a different route. And it's sad to say, like, where I'm from, the generation before me, my generation, and this generation behind me, the men, damn near all of us been to prison, coming from this small town. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So I'm not too much messing around in the streets. I'm still doing the music. I'm mentally preparing myself that I'm about to get ready to go back to prison. I went back to college. I'm going to college for business and management, and I'm working for these white boys doing construction work, painting, flooring, roofing, you name it. We doing it. But at this time, I was very inexperienced, but I learned fast, I guess, because it was in my DNA already. So while working for these white boys, and there's one thing about me, like I'm always thinking of ways to do what I need to get done to get the results that I need, or that I want, or that I desire. And so I went back to college because I knew those teachers and, those sponsors at that school, they had a lot of respect for me. And I knew that I could get them to write the judge a letter or even come support me at court. I had a lot of support. And so while working for these white boys, I was working on this one-man house, white guy, a retired military vet, and he's a judge. So once I found out he was a judge, I automatically got to thinking. I didn't come off right off and told him my situation and what I wanted him to do. I waited. We worked on this man's house, I know, for about maybe 4 months. He was doing a whole remodel, and I came in at the ass end of it. But anyway, once he got comfortable with me, talking to me and whatnot, I bring it to him. Like, look, I've been to prison before. I went to prison when I was 16. Got in some trouble a couple years ago, and I need some help because I don't want to go back to prison. When I went to prison when I was 16, I didn't have no children. I was young, didn't have a care in the world, but now I'm older. I have children. I have responsibilities, and I just don't, I don't want to go back. So school wrote the judge letters. A lot of people in the community wrote the judge letters, and I got this man, this judge, this retired military personnel. He wrote the judge. Now, commercial break. Now, I know it's a lot of guys that was in the streets. They got caught and they told it. They snitched to get less of time or to get out of trouble or whatever the case may be. But I didn't do that. Nobody in the streets, nobody can tell you that I snitched on nobody. God just looked out for me. Me thinking and strategizing, looking out for myself. So back to the story. So when it was time to go to court, this one time we went to court before it was time to go get my sentence. My wife pregnant, she in the military, which was a plus. And then I got these letters from the school, from the community, and from this judge. The judge already got the letters. And he wanted to sentence me this day. My lawyer's present. I had one of my homeboys with a camera because you know I'm rapping, so I'm recording what I'm going through. A lot of stuff I took off YouTube, but some of the stuff I kept. I know I kept when I was going to college, and I got these people to speak up for me, and I kept me walking out the courtroom one day, and my homeboy, Baby Boy, shout out to Baby Boy, Hug City Hustle. He recorded me coming out the court, and we did like a little cameo. But again, a lot of the stuff I took down. I should have kept it though, but anyway, you can go back and you can find some of that stuff if you go back through my YouTube history. So he wanted to sentence me that day. But he said, you know, I read the letters. I see you got a good reputation in the community. I see that your wife is pregnant. So what I'm going to do, I have to do something because you're an ex-convict. I have to do something. I just can't let you off because you're an ex-convict. You got a record. You've been to prison before. So I have to do something. But right now, while your wife is pregnant, I'm going to let you go home. Because he know I'm working and all that. I'm going to let you go home. But when you come back, I got to sentence you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we'll get the rest of the story on part 5. Peace.